What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today, like I said in last week's video, I've got something super special for you guys, and that is obviously this. But now, before I jump into this, okay, once again, there's a couple of disclaimers. As you guys are I'm sure you guys have noticed by now, the lighting is a little bit different. Yeah, it's been a day of cock-ups. Like, basically, the whole plan was to review these, or this particular product and this particular brand, but I kind of jumped the gun a little bit and wrecked my own timing, so I've only got the one product, which is right here, which is actually, believe it or not, my own personal pair, but we'll talk about that just now. And of course the lighting is slightly different because I knocked over the camera rig with the light and everything, and I have completely cooked the entire system. But anyway, here we go. In the interest of continuity, we're just going to go ahead and do it. So the cool thing about what I'm going to show you guys here is this is a new brand that we're going to be carrying, or a new brand that we are carrying already, and it is called Dragon Tooth. Now, Dragon Tooth basically started out their sort of life as a tactical gear sort of distributor, or a tactical gear manufacturer, but obviously in the market with things like Emerson and WST and all these other brands, it's a very competitive market. And because their stuff is of substantially higher quality, and I'm not just saying that, I'm being dead serious, and I'll show you guys why now in a bit, their prices you can't really compare with anything else on the market. So therefore they just sort of pulled it from the market, decided to go an entirely new route, and this is the result. So Dragon Tooth basically specializes in your sort of your casual wear, or your formal wear, if you want to put it that way. So essentially what they've done is they've taken the sort of tactical gear technology and put it into your everyday tactical wear, or everyday formal wear, everyday casual wear, however it is you want to label it. Now, like I said in last week's video, or at the end of last week's video, these are kind of aimed at your real world operators, like your security guys, and basically anything along those lines. However, you can use them for pretty much everyday, day-to-day stuff. So like for us, we pretty much wear it as, you know, sort of work uniform, as well as a, how do I put this, an advertising sort of thing, if that's the correct way of putting it. So Dragon Tooth essentially is not new, but kind of new. I don't know how. It's a bit of an oxymoron. They're not new, but they are new. No, it doesn't make sense, but just try and understand. So yes, awesome product. Essentially, like I said, full-on tactical wear, or full-on casual wear. Their shirts are brilliant. They make some awesome gold shirts. I will do another video on those, and that also leads me on to the next thing. Obviously, because I wrecked my entire timing sort of schedule here, and in the interest of continuity, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the one product that we do have, which also therefore means that there's going to be a few more videos like this, or a few more follow-up videos on the other products when we get them. So these right here in front of you are the LITEs. So these are super thin. These are designed for your summer wear, and let me tell you, in Cape Town at the moment, for some of my local guys, they all agree, it is hot as balls here at the moment. I don't know what it is. It's just, whoa. We had a seriously cold winter, so of course our summer was going to be that much hotter. So these things are incredible. They are super thin, as you guys are seeing there. It's not a very thick fabric at all, so it breathes. It's nice and cool, but yet still functional and still strong. And also the nice thing about it is they're stretchy. So of course, you know, for my male audience out there, you've got a nice stretchable gusset, so you know, no uncomfortable what's the word, uncomfortable squeezes at times, should we say. So functionality wise, awesome. They're going to keep you cool in the sort of hot ass summers that we're having right now, but of course you do also get other variants, but I'll talk about those when we get them, and those of course your cargos and that sort of thing. Now another thing that's also important to mention is of course their sizing. Now as you guys are seeing here, it is a 182 or a 180-82A. Because I am tiny, I'm one of the smallest guys in the shop, so of course I got one of the smaller sizes, but their sizes are quite, what's the word I'm looking for, good lord, English subscription, advanced, no, vast, that's the word. Their sizes are quite vast. So if you guys go have a look at the link that I'm leaving down in the description below, you guys will see there is a ton of different sizes and a ton of different measurements. So basically there will be a pair of these to fit every single one of you, regardless of the situation or regardless of your size, guaranteed. Chances are we will have a pair that will fit you. So definitely go and check them out. These things are absolutely incredible. Now from a functionality side of things, okay, so obviously they look literally just like your normal sort of cargo pants, your everyday, or your normal everyday day-to-day cargo pants. Essentially there's nothing really special about them by the looks of things. Now first thing you'll notice is, of course, your belt loops are substantially oversized. So of course, tactical belts and that sort of thing, you're not going to have an issue in here. They will fit directly. The other cool thing about them is your pockets. Now initially, like I said, these are my own personal pants. I have been wearing them for a bit, therefore I can attest to how good they are. The fact is, these are a bit confusing in the beginning. You have basically two-stage pockets. So if you guys are seeing in there, you have your main pocket, which is obviously there, and of course it breathes, so you know, airflow for all the important areas. And of course you have this little inner pocket right there with a little bit of a stretch panel, the whole deal. These things, yeah, so essentially you can keep your phone, everything in one pocket, and keys and everything else and all that in the same pocket without any scratches or any sort of contact between the two items. It is a bit confusing at first because obviously sometimes you think you've got one thing in one pocket and it's actually in another pocket, etc, etc, and you guys can pretty much figure that out. So a little bit odd in the beginning, but once you're used to them, they are awesome. And definitely the two-stage pockets on both sides is actually quite a godsend, I'll be honest. I've started to get used to it now and I actually prefer it to most normal pants. So yeah. Now another thing is also how they close up. So you've got a two-stage system here. This is pretty much across the board on all of their pants. You do have these hooks here, I can't remember what they're called, and of course the sort of snap stud, boom, and a solid high quality YKK zip. And if you guys can actually hear that, that's quality right there. So awesome pair of pants, seriously, like on point. The other thing that's cool is these back pockets. Now these don't have your standard button sort of, you know, snap rings or anything like that. They are magnetic, so you know, just absolutely fantastic. And of course the whole thing stretches the whole way around, so of course never any odd awkward tightness. So yeah, awesome little things. And of course you do have your little accessory hook here for whatever it is that you are planning on mounting there, as well as stretch panels in your waist. So yeah, a belt is definitely worth it, absolutely. I mean, most people will be wearing belts because of course you're going to be carrying things on said belt, but nevertheless you don't necessarily need it. If you leave the house without a pair of, or without a belt, it's not that big of a deal. You're not really going to notice too much of difficulty with them. They're fantastic. And of course the other thing that's also quite interesting to note about these, if you guys are familiar with any sort of seamstress or any sort of clothes making or anything like that, most pairs of pants are literally two pieces or two patterns that are literally stitched together. The cool thing about Dragon Tooth and all their products is that each panel is an individual the whole way around. So your lower panels are completely individual, that is a 4-piece, and your upper panels are all completely individual. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, the now stretchy gusset to avoid those awkward streezes, just, you know, for the convenience sake. And another thing that's also kind of important to mention is, of course, they're completely hydrophobic. They're completely hydrophobic. So literally, I wouldn't say waterproof, like I said, hydrophobic. So if you do spill yourself or spill on yourself with whatever it is that you're drinking or carrying, it's not going to get onto you. It's awesome. So definitely give them a look. And of course, if you hit this little discount code right here, you're going to get yourself a 5% off the pair of the lights. And of course, I'm only going to be linking the lights because that's the only product I have with me to show. But these guys make some incredible things, and obviously as the stock comes in, I will do a follow-up video about them, and of course enlighten you guys on those, and of course a discount code on all of those. But they make jeans, they make slightly heavier duty cargos, and of course the lights, as well as polo shirts, safari jackets, the entire range. I will do a video on them. But for now, 5% discount code on just a pair of lights. And given the fact that we're going into summer and this one is going to be a stinker, definitely worth a pair. So go ahead, check them out, get yourself a pair of the lights from Dragon Tooth. And of course, yeah, there they are right there. As per usual, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, keep us going. And as per usual, comments, criticisms, I nearly said subscriptions, comments, criticisms, ideas, questions, whatever it is, leave it down in the comments below. We will get to it, I promise you. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Guys, as always, I'm Section. Stay classy, and above all, call those hits. We'll see you guys in the next video.